The first set of forum convictions defined reality for the European evangelical church today. The second set clarified which truths are most relevant for doing ministry within the European context. The third and final set of forum convictions asks, what strategies should we employ as we seek to renew the church and spread the gospel? Strategies change according to the context. When the Apostle Paul went to a new city, he would first go to the local synagogue to speak to the Jewish leaders and show them from the scriptures that Jesus was the Christ. His strategy was relevant for the time, but it wouldn't be as useful today when there are few synagogues across Europe and few believe that the Old Testament is God's Word. So, what strategies are relevant and effective for the contemporary European church? The forum is designed to serve leaders. It asks participants two questions. What has God called you to do, and how can we help? The forum does not impose an agenda on leaders, but rather helps them in their callings to serve and glorify God. It seeks to be a generous, gospel-focused center where they can get what they need to do what God has called them to do. The first thing leaders need is to be united with other leaders. Currently, many European evangelical leaders operate within the separate silos of their different ministries, churches, denominations, and countries. They need access to peers, mentors, best practices, and effective strategies. The forum seeks to bring leaders together. Unified leaders can solve common problems and create local and national strategies. Together, they can more effectively renew the church and spread the gospel. The forum provides a bridge between local leaders' needs and God's global resources. It connects gospel leaders with the training, best practices, and mentors they need to do what God has called them to do. Renewed, equipped, and resourced evangelical leaders are then used by God to lead churches and ministries and to glorify God in their respective callings. To train and mentor leaders, the forum enlists outliers, spiritually mature and fruitful leaders with expertise in a particular calling. These outliers then give their time and gifts to teach and mentor leaders in the forum movement. All of this leads to renewal in churches and ministries and eventually renewal in national churches and the spread of the gospel across Europe. The Forum is a year-round, Europe-wide mentoring movement. At the Forum's annual meeting, evangelical leaders have the opportunity to receive one-on-one mentoring in dozens of areas of leadership and ministry. In addition, dozens of year-round mentoring strategies offer leaders the opportunity to be trained and equipped in small groups throughout the year by hand-picked senior leaders. As a result of the partnerships they make at the Forum, participants host hundreds of events and strategies throughout the year to provide specialized training and mentoring to additional gospel leaders in their local contexts. The Forum is a movement where everyone sacrifices. It is a coalition made up of thousands of evangelical leaders, organizations, and churches working together for the gospel. Each one sacrifices their time, talent, and treasure to renew the biblical church and spread the gospel. These sacrifices make the Forum movement possible. All of the Forum speakers and leaders are volunteers. They donate their time to speak, mentor, and lead outside of their organization without receiving any payment. And each Forum participant is eventually asked to move from being a consumer of the Forum's resources to being a contributor and partner with the Forum. They are asked to pass along God's grace by uniting, equipping, and resourcing other gospel leaders in their national context to renew the church and spread the gospel.